We begin tonight with the president's push to deport immigrants because there are a lot of developments in a number of courtrooms.
An immigration judge in Louisiana ruled today that Mahmoud Khalil, a former grad student who helped lead pro-Palestinian demonstrations at Columbia University in New York, can be deported as a security risk. Khalil has a green card.
A U.S. District Court judge in Washington today allowed federal agents to conduct enforcement operations at houses of worship.
And after the Supreme Court said the administration must work to bring back a migrant mistakenly deported to El Salvador, a district court judge in Maryland held a hearing in that case today.
Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane reports the judge did not like what she heard from the government. Scott?
Yeah, John, it was a unanimous ruling by the Supreme Court ordering the administration to facilitate the return of Kilmar Abregio Garcia, but he's not back. And under questioning today, the Department of Justice gave no indication he'll be returning anytime soon.
It was a month ago this weekend. Kilmar Abregio Garcia was among those shackled and then flown to a prison in El Salvador with no chance to contest it. The Trump administration admits Abregio Garcia, who had no criminal record, was included by mistake. He had a previous court order protecting him from going to El Salvador, a nation he fled about a decade ago. His attorney, Simon Sandoval-Moshenberg, made a plea both outside and inside court today for Abregio Garcia's return.
Neither we nor the family have been able to make any contact with him. This is one of the principal human rights violations that occurs in that facility, is that, inmates and detainees in that facility are held incommunicado.
But the Department of Justice today argued they're not able to say when they can secure his return. Maryland federal judge Paula Zinnes pressed to know Abregio Garcia's condition, asking where is he and under whose authority. The response from the Department of Justice attorney, Your Honor, I do not have that information.
What do you make of the government saying we can't tell you where he is, we can't tell you who has him, we can't tell you how he's doing?
What I make of that is that it is purposeful stalling.
Doris Meisner is former head of U.S. Immigration Services.
We seemingly have an agreement with El Salvador to take these detainees. Those agreements implicitly are a two-way street. So for us to send somebody that we then understand to have been wrongly sent, certainly one has to expect that we could go back to El Salvador, explain that, check the records, and get that person back.
Scott, the Supreme Court justices are seldom unanimous on anything, but they had a 9-0 ruling last night that seems to make a statement.
Yeah, a unanimous decision that he has to be facilitated back by the Trump administration. But Justice Sonia Sotomayor, an appointee of then-President Obama, wrote something different under her name only, that the administration's argument seems to indicate that citizens could eventually be deported and incarcerated, and that's troubling. Nobody else put their name on that, but Maurice and John, it's noteworthy. 200-plus lawsuits against the Trump administration. They're accused of defying court orders just in these March 15th deportations.
Scott, Doris Meisner, in your piece, talked about the fact that the administration has a relationship with El Salvador. The president of El Salvador will be in town on Monday. What's the administration saying about that relationship with respect to this one case?
Yeah, John, the White House press secretary was asked today, could this man be put on the president's plane and flown with the Salvadoran president to the U.S.? They deflected that question.